Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I filmed with this camera setup I've got. Check out Full Dogs, so cute. So it is Thursday, October 12th. Tomorrow is Friday the 13th, and today kicks off the third weekend of Halloween. Got my Ouija shirt on. So plans for today. Becca is doing Spookopoly sprints at 2 p.m. my time, so at some point in this vlog we're going to do my next Spookopoly roll, because I haven't done one since the board made me roll like 5 times, so that's a thing. But I figure for this clip we're going to talk about what I read last week and my 2 hopefuls for Halloween. So with last week, I've got 3 physical books and I would love to talk about them. So I have a Darcy Coates. It's the Fallcroft Ghosts. This is about a set of siblings, Tara and Kyle, and their mother is in some sort of accident, so she has to go to the hospital and she's in a coma. And so they go and stay with their elderly grandparents, and this is a classic haunted house story. It is spooky, perfect gothic, spooky haunted house story, just like how Darcy Coates writes. I really enjoyed this one. I think I gave it 4 stars. It's not like my favorite Darcy Coates, but I definitely liked it, and it was a good time. Next, I have my 2 subscription box books. So first I have my book of the month book. I have The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. This comes out this month, and this is the reason why I restarted my book of the month subscription, because I needed to read this book. I read Spells for Forgetting by her last year and I loved it, and I was nervous going into this one because I have read Sky in the Deep before and I didn't like it, because that was back when I was kind of getting back into reading. And I didn't realize that her books are vibes. Like, there's a plot, there's characters, but it's vibes. You're there just for a vibey good time. And so that is not what I wanted out of Sky in the Deep, and that's why I didn't like it. So with The Unmaking of June Farrow, I was more prepared. This was such a sweet little book. I didn't know much about it going into it, but our main character, June, it's a portal fantasy of sorts. Her family is able to move through time, but only the females, and things happen. And so you start off in modern time, June, and she thinks that she is losing her memories. It makes me think of like a dementia, Alzheimer's kind of thing that runs through her family. But then she discovers something else, and she sees these clues to that she needs to follow to figure out what's happening in her life. I don't want to say too much because I think it would be easy to ruin this book if you knew too much. But yeah, she has to look through this or walk through this door, and when she goes through it, she discovers this like alternate universe life that she's been living, and then she has to kind of make a decision of what life she wants to live. And there's a little bit of romance, like I would call it second chance romance, I think. So good, 5 stars. Pick this up. It comes out this month, I don't know when. And then I sort of plan on doing some sort of comparison between Book of the Month and Aardvark, because I got my first Aardvark book box this month because I think I had a code where I could get the first book for $4.99, and I mean, I got 3 books, but I'm not mad at it. So anyway, I got this one, Starter Villain by John Scalzi. Scalzi? I don't know. I got it because there's a cat in a suit on the cover, and this is an author that I've heard a lot about, but I've never read anything by him. So this is like a dystopic sci-fi where you've got, oh, and listen to the audiobook for this one because Will Wheaton narrates it, which reminds me I need to listen to the Buffy audiobook. But okay, we digress. Audiobook on Audible, narrated by Will Wheaton. Go. So anyway, it's about this guy and Charlie, and he is your typical like millennial. His life is going nowhere. He's a substitute teacher. He was a writer. He's divorced. He's down on his luck. Well, his long lost uncle dies, and he leaves him, it says this on the cover, so I guess I can say it, this supervillain business. I say that this book was low-key meets like, it's like the chaos and villainous of Loki meets the businessman aspect of like Iron Man meets talking cats and sort of talking dolphins. There's a volcano layer. There are old-fashioned villains. It's kind of like mobster type villain. That's how I pictured it anyway. And it is so funny. So his uncle dies and leaves him this supervillain business, and Charlie, a substitute teacher, like run-of-the-mill average dude, gets this supervillain business that he has to run. And there are talking spy cats. There are talking cats. That's all. This was 5 stars. It was so good. So we're going into week 3 of Halloween. So we have big shoes to fill because those were 5 stars. And I'll have to pick a book of the month and an aardvark for next week. Maybe at the end of this. So my 2 Halloween reads that I want to get to are Parasite by Darcy Coates, because I think I should read a Darcy Coates every week. Also, these were buy 2 get 1 free at Books A Million when I went last. So that's why I ended up with this. All I know is that this is like a sci-fi horror. There are aliens. That's all. I'm not going to read the back because I don't want to know. I just want to go in. Again, Darcy Coates, it's kind of one of those books where you go for the vibes. Like there's plot, but the atmosphere is so wide that that's what I'm there for. And then I also want to read The Hellbound Heart by Clive Baker, because this is like a horror classic. I tried to read the Book of Blood and I didn't like it, or Books of Blood, and I wasn't too fussed with it. So I want to give this a shot. I don't really know much about it. I know that it inspired the film Hellraiser, so I'll have to watch that at some point. I know Katrina likes this book, so that's why I'm reading it. I did not match these up to prompts. They're just following my heart on this one. This is what I have to read. So yeah, I think we should do a roll to figure out what I'm reading for Spookopoly. However, y'all need to keep me accountable. I have an arc that I need to read that releases tomorrow, and I think it's a big boy. This is so chaotic, but I also read the arc for Good Game by Madison Fox, and you should read it. So good. Why does this look different? Oh yeah, I was gonna download it so I could like re-highlight stuff. Highlight stuff from the arc in the actual book and then post them because but I need to read, here it is. I need to read The High Seer. I don't know if you'll be able to see. No, this doesn't. Oh, this kind of has the cover but not really. It's by Alex Bree. Darkling Souls book 1. I need to review this by tomorrow, so that's a thing. And it has 7,961 locations on Kindle. I don't really know what that means, but it sounds pretty big. So I need to read that. But also, something caught my eye. Has anyone read the Door book? Unhinged? I'm tempted. I'm gonna download that. This has nothing to do with this vlog. And then, that's fun. I'm being recommended all of these interesting things. I tell you, you read one weird thing and you get all the weird things. 'Tis season for revenge. Nope, we're not reading Christmas. Also, I need to wrap up a bunch of stuff that I'm reading because a new Sophie Lark book comes out tomorrow and I want to read it. Okay, I need to stop this madness. Keep me accountable. I need to read that arc and I need to post reviews everywhere for tomorrow. The High Seer. We need to read it. Yeah, but let's do a Spookopoly roll. Alright, so my last roll landed on Hannibal Lecter. So let's do a little rolly roll. And we have 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, this is good. We got small book, less than 300 pages. So I got short book, less than 300 pages. I have no idea how many pages this is, but I'm gonna fucking listen to it. It is the new, can't see it, Buffy the Vampire Slayer book. It's Slayers, a Buffyverse story, available on Audible, and it's narrated by like Spike, Cordelia, Giles, yeah, like a bunch of the people. So, and I'm not that I'm monetized, but I'm gonna get copyrighted for this because I got so excited. I just need to share.
This is Audible.
It's a remixed version of the Buffy soundtrack. Ooh, and it's all ominous.
A Buffyverse story. An Audible original.
So I have this turned down to 1.5 speed. I don't know if I'll keep it at that, but let's see, at 2 times speed, it's like 4 hours. So that's a short audiobook, and that's what I'm going to listen to.